new era for American cricket began in 2021.
There he goes into a dive! What a catch!
The rise of cricket was celebrated across the country. Now, with big wickets and even bigger hits, the stars of minor league cricket are back and better than ever.
Primus goes huge!
Don't miss the nation's largest league competing for the biggest prize in American cricket. The Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship returns June 25th.
You're watching the Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship, presented by Sunoco.
Yeah.
Take two, toss.
Welcome to Broward County Stadium in beautiful Fort Lauderdale, Florida. We have the Minor League Cricket 2022 Championship again, day 2, and we are joined by the two captains. Alexi, we're going to have the toss. We're going to talk to the captains.
And we got tails.
Tails biz. complete use of it. Today you have to bat first. With thoughts on what sort of you're looking at? Are going to bat first. He won the toss because of the moisture in the wicket. They will bowl first, Atlanta Fire. Let's see what happens next on Minor League Cricket 2022. Thank you. Welcome everyone to beautiful Broward County in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, the host of 2022 Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship presented by Sunoco. Day number 2, Atlanta Fire taking on Orlando Galaxy. Now, yesterday's events, Atlanta Fire beat host Fort Lauderdale Lions by 6 wickets in the first match. The second game between Orlando Galaxy was rained out. They were supposed to play Morrill Raptors from North Carolina. That was rained out. And now we have, for the first game of our doubleheader today, on day 2, Atlanta Fire versus Orlando Galaxy. Orlando Galaxy winning the toss and deciding to make the most of the moisture on the wicket after the rains fell yesterday evening in Fort Lauderdale. The outfield just a little bit heavier than usual because of the rain. So they will take first strike bowling to Atlanta Fire. And we have the usual suspects, Stephen Taylor, the US international. He will take first strike. And on the opposite end, do not adjust your settings. It is Rakeem Cornwall, the West Indian off-spinner / all-rounder. He smashed 5 sixes in a path of destruction to set a score of 36 before he out. All that was done in the first 5 overs, mind you. And that set the path for Atlanta Fire to make light work of Fort Lauderdale Lions' total of 128. So, opening bowler from the far end will be number 27, Sumit Sherwat. The medium pacer bowling to the US international, the left-handed Stephen Taylor. Now, if you're just joining us and you're brand new to the game of cricket, this is 20 overs. For our new listeners, each bowler gets to bowl 6 deliveries at a time, and that constitutes an over. So Sherwat is going to come to bowl the first of 6 deliveries. So each side has 20 overs, 120 deliveries to bat. Here's Sherwat to Taylor. So it's outside off stump. Taylor not interested. The field settings for today, only 2 fielders allowed outside of the fielding circle, the restrictive circle. And that will be a deep cover and a long on for protection. After 6 overs, 5 fielders are allowed outside the restrictive circle. This is called the power play. Sherwat to Taylor. Again, this one is full and he flashes his blade. Bit of a square drive and Point feels it. No run. 2 dot balls. Exactly what the doctor ordered for Orlando Galaxy. Orlando Galaxy in 2021, in the very first season of minor league cricket, went 4-4, 3rd place in the Southern Division. But they had a lot of problems on the field. Sherwat to Taylor, outside of stump again, and Taylor drives the cover. No run, 3 dot balls. And you have to say Sherwat is making the most of the conditions. Taylor taking his time, trying to get a read of the pitch. How much moisture there is. Is the ball coming onto the bat? Is it holding up? Here's Siwat's fourth delivery. Again outside off stump, and it's driven through cover, but there's a man out there. And the first run's on the board. Taylor's off the mark. And because there's a right-handed Cornwall, the field has to adjust. So 4 dot deliveries, then a single. So the last ball of the first over, 20 over match. And Siwat so far has done the business in the opening over. Sarawat, last ball of the over. And Cornwall's gone over mid on. And he's continuing where he left off yesterday. Raheem Cornwall just lifts this ball over mid-wicket. And the first boundary of the day, and it didn't take him long. At the end of the first over, Sarawat just straying onto middle stump. Raheem Cornwall coming across, whips it through mid-wicket to the boundary. 4 runs. And I believe there's one more delivery in this first over. So it'll be 5 runs without loss after 5 deliveries. Cornwall with that thumping 36 yesterday. Cornwall again lifts it over mid-wicket, and the same result. Stepping across the line. Sarawat goes to the off stump. He lifts it over mid-wicket for the second boundary in succession. He moves to 8, 9 without loss. Here it is again. Look at Cornwall come right across his stumps to make room and just lift it over mid-wicket. No fielders out there. 4 runs the result. So it's 9 without loss after 1. Welcome back to Broward County Stadium. If you're just joining us, Atlanta Fire has caused destruction in the last 3 balls of the first over. 9 without loss. Raheem Cornwall with 2 successive boundaries to move him to 8. Stephen Taylor just a single 9. And we have number 99, Hardik Desai, coming to bowl from the commentary end. The second over of the day. This one is outside off stump and it's a top edge. And it's gone for 4. A loose delivery. And Stephen Taylor gave it what it deserved. Got the edge, but played through the line of the ball, and it flew over third man for 4. Too much width. Put bat on ball. Third boundary. And you have to say in succession. Last 2 deliveries of the first over went for 4 over mid-wicket. First one goes over third man for 4. The score is now 13 without loss. Taylor on 5. And this one is better. A lot better line. Coming back into the left-hander. No run. We're talking a little bit about Orlando Galaxy with their 4-4 first season. 6 of their games last season got rained out. No result. So only managed to play 8 games out of their designated 14. Taylor, again it's a wide delivery and Taylor flashes it, but it bounces first. No run. Hardik Desai. 3 deliveries. 1-4, 2 dot balls. Desai to Taylor. This one is on, middle and off. It's an appeal for LBW. Tell you what, that looked good from the commentary booth. It came back into the left-hander. Umpire not interested. Taylor looking to punch that one through mid-off. But the late movement got him on the pad, not out. They get a bye. Looks like he got some bat onto it, and that's the reason the umpire was not interested with the LBW appeal. So Taylor goes to 6, 14 without loss. Raheem Cornwall has faced 2 deliveries, both of them dispatched to the boundary. He has 8, about to face his 3rd delivery and the 5th delivery of the 2nd over. Desai to Cornwall. Down the leg side, Cornwall flicks at it. They're appealing for a caught behind. It was a half-hearted appeal by the wicketkeeper, Matthew Connery. Cornwall is asking the question if it was a wide. Understand if the ball goes behind the batter's legs, it constitutes as a wide, but the umpire has to decide, is Cornwall coming too far across his stumps to manipulate that? Last ball of the 2nd over. Cornwall's backing across and he pulls this one to backward square, no run. So the end of 2 overs, only 5 runs from it. It is now 14 for none after 2.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need one hand on the roof, one hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go rewards, when you fuel, you save, because rewards come first.
We are back in the 3rd over. And the first delivery, and Taylor scoops this one in the air. Mid-wicket is going back. Could he catch it? He does. Orlando Galaxy get the breakthrough. Stephen Taylor, the US international, departs. And the opening bowler, Sumit Surawat, gets the first wicket. The ball did not come onto the bat. Taylor played through the line of the ball. We talked about the moisture at the beginning of the match. It held up. And a safe catch at mid-wicket. A good catch. Here's Surawat. Outside of stump, Taylor trying to whip it through mid-wicket. Got the leading edge. And a well-taken catch in mid-wicket to get the first out of the inning. Taylor departs for 6. 14 for 1. And of course, Siri provides her knowledge of the situation. So because the batters crossed when the ball was in the air, Raheem Cornwall is now going to face the next delivery. And in steps the captain, who had a captain's knock yesterday, Aaron Jones, number 85. He was not out and steered the Atlanta Fire to victory over Fort Lauderdale Lions. So for one US international, Stephen Taylor, comes another one. Aaron Jones, the captain of this outfit. He'll be on the non-striker's end. So Surawat about to bowl the 2nd delivery of the 3rd over to Cornwall. Cornwall flashes outside off stump. It goes to long off. Only 1. It was a wide delivery. And Cornwall got the bottom part of the bat, the bottom edge. He gets the single, goes to 9. 15 for 1 as Aaron Jones takes his guard. And by the looks of it, Looks to be a leg stump guard or middle leg. So Orlando Galaxy, despite having 6 of their games rained out last season, they were the worst in the net run rate when it comes to batting in minor league cricket 2021. So their batting suffered, so too their bowling. That was second to last in giving up runs scored. So they have a huge mountain to climb this season. Sarawat to Jones, outside off stump. And it's a no ball. Jones overstepping that line. Looks like it's a wide. The umpire has changed his call. So a wide delivery, 1 run to the total. And Sarawat is going to try it again to Jones. This one is on or just outside off stump. Jones pushes the cover. Cornwall, not the most agile of runners. So he decides against the single. So to add to their woes, Orlando Galaxy, despite coming second to last in the bowling run rate, only has 28% of their bowlers returning. Here's Sarawat to Jones. Jones is backing across, pushes it to cover, and they jog for a single as deep cover comes in. Just the 1 run. Only 28% of their bowling production returns from last season, and that could be a blessing, as Orlando Galaxy really suffered in the bowling department in 2021. There's Sarawat bowling the 5th ball. This one held up a little bit, punched the cover again. They get the single. Not the same production by Cornwall in the opening overs in the power play like he did yesterday. He was smashing the ball all around the ground as the fielders were restricted. This time Sarawat finding his line and length, and Cornwall just having to hesitate and second guess. Sarawat for the last ball of the 3rd over to Jones. Jones backing across, whips this one through. Doesn't get the contact he wanted. Goes down the leg side. Let's see if it's a wide. Jones asking the question. But the umpire deciding that Jones has come so far across his stumps that he manipulated the ball going down the leg side. And that is the end of 3 overs. It is 18 for 1.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले। हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
Welcome back to the 4th over. Broward County Stadium, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Toyota's 2022 Minor League Cricket Championship presented by Sunoco. It's this outside off stump and Cornwall flashes. No slip cordon. Another boundary. His 3rd. Score races on to 22 for 1. This side nibbling outside off stump. This time a little too wide. Cornwall tries to cut it through cover. Top edge, 4 runs nonetheless. That was Cornwall's 3rd 4. This time yesterday, he already had 4 sixes. Here's this side from the commentary end. Bowling to Cornwall. He's backing across and he whips this one. over square leg, and it's gone over the boundary. It's a 6. The first 6 for the morning. Rakeem Cornwall makes no mistake. Came across his stumps, got in line with the delivery, whipped it over deep backward square, and it's a maximum. Look at Cornwall come across his stumps to give himself that room and whips it over. Too full, too straight. And Desai has to continue to come outside off stump. If he comes in line anywhere near middle stump, it's going to go over mid wicket or deep square leg for the maximum. 28 for 1. That's the delivery on off stump. If there are any baseball viewers out there listening or watching, that's just on the outside corner of the plate. The batter has that area of uncertainty. Exactly where a bowler wants to commit. On or just outside off stump. And this one is driven to cover. They're going to get a single. Cornwall not the fastest. So after a 4, a 6, a dot ball, there's a single. 11 runs in the first 4 deliveries. This being the 4th over. 29 for 1. Stephen Taylor back in the dressing room. Out for 6. Courtesy the opening bowler, Sumit Sarawat. So, some adjustments being made for the last 2 deliveries. Captain Aaron Jones is about to face Desai for the last 2 deliveries. Desai to Jones. And it's just outside off stump, an inside edge. We talked about the moisture. Wicket may not be playing through as to the batsman's liking, causing some hesitation. You can see the inside edge off of a cover drive by Jones. So Rakeem Cornwall, can he continue his path of destruction? Outside off stump and driven firmly, but mid-off is there, no run. And that will be the end of the 4th over. It is 30 for 1 in Broward County Stadium. So there's been a change of bowling for the 5th over. Sumit Sarawat bowled his 2 overs. Got a wicket. The wicket of Stephen Taylor. Scores 30 for 1. And Matthew Amiri coming on from the far end. Looks like he's going to spin up. This one comes back into Jones. He pushes this one to long off, gets a single. So talk about a contrast in styles. You have Raheem Cornwall, who is only going to pick up singles and then smash the ball to the boundary. And then we have the busy captain, Aaron Jones, US international, who is quick, nimble between the wickets, looking to force the issue and accumulate runs. Here's Cornwall facing Comrie. And Cornwall goes after this, opens up us, and hits the maximum over long off. That is 6 runs. Comrie just a fraction into the wheelhouse of Raheem Cornwall and puts his blade right through it. No chance. 6 runs. 37 for 1. Comrie. Outside off stump, and he's played through this one again. 1 bounce into the fence. 4 more. Raheem Cornwall not wasting time here. Waiting for it to turn. He just pinpointed to Jones. Not seeing the turn. It's coming onto the bat. And Cornwall hits his second successive boundary. A 6, the last ball. A 4 off the last. 10-2. Comrie, and this one is down the leg side. Comrie trying to hide the delivery to stop the destruction. It's got wide. Umpire not hesitating. So a wide delivery. He's going to have to bowl it again and add 1 to the total. Comrie now. That's the line. That's the length. But it's through his hands and they're going to get 1. So he finally finds his line and length, Comrie, but misfields it. Gives up the 1 run. Score goes to 43 for 1. We're in the 5th over. We're still in the power play. For our new viewers, after 6, in the first 6 overs, they are feeling restrictions. Comrie to Jones. This one is tossed up outside off stump, driven through cover. Well, the good news for Comrie, it wasn't the boundary. The bad news is he has to bowl to Raheem Cornwall for 1 more delivery. So far, 14 in the over. Last ball of the 5th. Short, and Cornwall cuts it away. And it's gone for 4. Raheem Cornwall has now completely outside Comrie. He's trying to hide the delivery. And Cornwall dispatches this one point for 4 more. It was short, it was wide, and given the treatment, as easy as you like. So at the end of 5 overs, the score now goes to 48 for 1. Well, the big man has hit just about 5 boundaries and has to get a drink of water. I guess we can refer to him for baseball viewers as Big Papi. Remember the big left-hander for the Boston Red Sox, David Ortiz. Well, Raheem Cornwall does it all, though. He's not a designated hitter as it is in baseball. He's an all-rounder, known for his off-break, off-spin. So he's going to get a chance to bowl as well. So a change of bowling from the commentary end. And this is one of the players that the Orlando Galaxy picked up from the Florida Beamers, who are no longer in the division. This is going to be Manav Patel. Accurate, excellent medium pacer. He's going to come around the wicket. The left-handed Patel to the right-handed Jones. And Jones punches that to point, no run. And in cricketing terms, that will be the perfect line and perfect length for the left-hander bowling to the right-hander. Just short in that area of uncertainty. Here's Patel, second delivery. This one is pitched up and Jones goes after it. One bounce. The fielder stops the boundary, can't get there for the catch. And round of applause by the wicketkeeper. Just the one run. 49 for 1. Well, Patel may have survived Jones's first two deliveries. Well, first deliveries, 2 deliveries to Jones. But now he's in Rakeem Cornwall, who is in fine form. The 2 fielders outside of the circle will be a deep cover and a long off. The rest of the field will be a mid-on, a mid-wicket, a short, fine square leg, a regular square leg, a short third man, point and extra cover. Patel and Cornwall swings through this and it's gone through mid-wicket. 4 more. You have to bowl inch-perfect deliveries to this man in the power play, or else he's just going to swing through it. This one picked up outside off stump and smashed through mid-wicket for 4 more. Another boundary to Cornwall. Score 53 for 1. Cornwall 40 not out after 16 deliveries. Patel, the 4th ball. And this one is a slow one, but Cornwall swings through it and it's high in the air, well over the boundary rope for the maximum. You ball it short, you get pulled through mid-wicket, you pitch it up, and he hits it into the commentary box. Rakeem Cornwall, it is delivering. A slower ball, he picked it up, and as they say, into his wheelhouse, and dispatched it for 6. Manav Patel, 5th delivery of the 6th over. Outside off stump, a slower delivery, and it fooled Cornwall. Just a reminder, this is the last over of the power play. After this, the fielding side will be allowed 5 fielders outside of the restrictive circle. So as you can imagine, Cornwall is going to do his very best to try to put this ball to the boundary. Patel to Cornwall. And he's played it through cover. Well bowled. No run. So the end of the power play, it is 59 for 1. Just about 10 runs and over in the first 6 overs. Exactly what the Atlanta Fire wanted. Stephen Taylor back in the pavilion for 6. It is 59 for 1 after 6.
My son, he's so soft-spoken. Oh, yeah. Everyone says he's so good-looking, and he never forgets to call.
Hi, Mom. Born for your true self. The 2022 Tundra. Toyota. Let's go places.
So another change in the bowling after Matthew Kamiri got hit around the ground in the 5th over. Now the power play is over. There are 5 fielders outside the restrictive area. And we have a change of bowling. Khan coming into both of the Captain Jones for the 7th over. Leg spinner, and this one is tossed up in the air. Firmly hit a cover. Well fielded by the Captain Nasir. Approved by the wicketkeeper Metul Patel. So Jones picks up another single. He goes to 6, 60 for 1. And the master blaster himself, Rakeem Cornwall, 46 not out after 19 deliveries. Facing Khan. And that's well bowled. perfect line, perfect length. Didn't give Cornwall much air. It was a flat delivery. And if Khan can live there, he'll be the hero of the day. Khan to Cornwall. This one is short and it's a no ball. Bottom edge of the bat. Cornwall isn't happy. The ball did not carry or get the bounce that was expected. So for our viewers who don't understand, Khan overstep the line. It is a no ball. He has to bowl it again. And now it's a free hit for Cornwall. He cannot out on this delivery. And Cornwall has gone after it. And he's put this one past the warning track. Fielder's going to have to scale the fence or run around. As they would say, he's put this one out of the ground. Khan tried to bowl it as flat and as short as he could. And Rakeem Cornwall put that big bat through it and gave it the maximum. 6 runs for Cornwall. And that's his 50. Rakeem Cornwall with that 6 goes to 52 not out in his path of destruction after only 22 deliveries. A strike rate of 236. If you try to put that in your calculator, it'll just smoke up and die. Well, you pitch it up, he hits it back overhead for 6. You drop it short, and he puts it over mid-wicket or square leg for another 6. And everyone's taking a break as the fielder retrieves the ball. Can one of the U19 players, one of the most inexperienced players, really having a tough time, and you can't fault him in any way. He's going up against a West Indian international, Rakeem Cornwall, who can hit this ball just about anywhere with power. Can to Cornwall and hesitates. So 3 deliveries so far in this over. A single, a dot ball, a no ball, and then the free hit. Cornwall hits for 6. And the Cornwall plays through this one. And long off could only turn around. And long off now is going to have to scale this fence to go after it. Another 6 for Rakeem Cornwall. He's all smiles. He goes to 58. This one pitched up outside off. And it's just crushed over long off. We're going to have to send a message to Broward International Airport. Planes are going to have to be on high alert. Rakeem Cornwall in devastating form. The umpire is enjoying every minute of it. It is 58. He is 58 not out after only 23 deliveries. And I am horrible at math, so I cannot keep up with the amount of boundaries he's hit so far. Just trust me, it's been a lot. Khan to Cornwall. Will this over ever end for the young man? Cornwall is backing across, cuts it. And Point comes across, stops it, but they get a single nevertheless. Score goes to 74 for the loss of 1 wicket. Can Aaron Jones, the captain, get in on the party? Can to Jones, last delivery. And Jones swings one. It was just a flash of the blade. End result, a bottom edge to long off. So the end of 8 overs, it is 75 for 1. Sorry, 7 overs, 75 for 1.
What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
Welcome back, Broward County Stadium. Manav Patel, the left-handed pacer to Aaron Jones outside of stump. And a square drive, if you want to call it that, just sort of squirted it through point. Gets a single. 76 now for one. And the fielding team, everyone just took about 5 steps backwards as Rakeem Cornwall, 59 not out after only 24 deliveries, is about to get dug in. Patel, Cornwall. Oh, beautifully bowled by Patel. Just outside off stump. Not full, not short. The area of uncertainty for a right-hander. Cornwall completely deceived. Manav Patel to Rakeem Cornwall. And he's not happy with his run-up. Apologizes. He's going to get back to his mark. Quick fielding assessment. There is a long on, a long off, a deep cover, a deep mid-wicket, and a deep backward square for the 5 men on the boundary. Patel, Cornwall, a slower ball, completely deceiving Cornwall again. Round of applause from the other Patel, the wicketkeeper. So Manav Patel with those 2 dot balls has to be feeling a little more confident coming into Cornwall. Another slower delivery again, catching Cornwall. Expecting the ball to come a little quicker. As the old baseball term, a change-up. And I love the fact that cricket has now adopted that term. So, 4 deliveries gone in the 8th over, in the midst of the 8th, only 2 runs off it. Manav Patel doing the business from the commentary end to Jones. That's beautifully bowled. It was so well bowled. Beat Jones, got the edge, no slip there. 4 more runs. Cannot fault the bowler for that one. Did everything right. And sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. Just outside off stump, beat Jones, got the edge. 4 more. Here's Manav Patel bowling the last over of the 8th. Last ball, rather. And looks like a paddle by Jones. But again, the slower delivery by Patel beats Jones. And that's the end of 8 overs. Well bowled, Manav Patel. 81 for 1. Only 6 runs off of that over. And that'll be the end of 8 in Broward County Stadium. 81 for 1.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need 1 hand on the roof, 1 hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go Rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go rewards, when you fuel, you save because rewards come first.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, we have another bowling change, the third in succession from the far end. We have Larry Challery, medium pacer, coming into bowl to the big Rakeem Cornwall, who's 60 not out after 27 deliveries. And the real reason for the 81 for 1 after only 8. So Challery is going to try his luck now to Cornwall. And well bowled by the medium pacer. Cornwall not happy with himself. Good line, good length. Just outside off stump. So I was on the ground before the game. Just taking a look at the pitch in the outfield. And to my realization, the coach of the Orlando Galaxy is none other than the legend, Shivnarine Chanderpaul. Here's Challery to Cornwall. And Cornwall has had enough of it. He's had enough. Challery, an excellent first delivery. The second stumps and puts this ball into the turnpike. Rakeem Cornwall hits another 6. Here it is. Right over long on. Opens up those big shoulders. And yes, that's the ball you're seeing bouncing off, and almost killing that bird over long on. He climbs to 66. We're seeing something special at Broward County Stadium. Toyota 2022 Minor League Cricket Championship presented by Sunoco. The wild card for Atlanta Fire this season. West Indian International Rakeem Cornwall putting on a show. So, just going back to what I said, if you're a West Indian fan or a cricket fan, Shivnarine Chanderpaul, the West Indian legend, is the coach for this Orlando Galaxy team. Got a chance to shake his hand and ask him some questions. Just the ultimate gentleman. And a living legend, Shivnarine Chanderpaul. Challery to Cornwall. Outside of stump, Cornwall just opens up his blade, but third man's there. It's short, no run. Challery to Cornwall. Cornwall's across his stumps and hits a flat 6. Long off is out there, did not even move. It crashed against the fence. Here's the replay. Look at Cornwall come across his stumps and hits this one with a wallop and hits the edge or the bottom of the fence for a maximum. This one is on the pads, worked through mid-wicket, an easy single. Cornwall goes to 73, 94 for 1. As Challery tries to get through, like the rest of his bowlers bowling to Cornwall, just trying to get through the over. 13 from it from 5 deliveries. Jones. Jones gets in on the act now. He plays through this one, beats long off, and it's another 6. The third in the over. Captain Aaron Jones, a little jealous of what Cornwall is doing, advances down the wicket, gets the ball on the half volley rather, beats long off, gets the 6. And that brings up triple figures for Atlanta Fire. 100 for 1 after 9 overs.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस, इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले। हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
Of their games were undecided because of rain, finished with a 4-4 record. But their batting run rates and their bowling run rates were second to last in minor league cricket, trying to find a way in their second season to right the wrong. But this man, Manav Patel, has been the pick of the bowlers. Was the one bright spark in the Florida Beamers season just a year ago. And he's coming to bowl his 4th over to Rakeem Cornwall, over number 10. And it's another slower delivery, but Cornwall picks it up. Long off is there, but it's going to beat him. And it's gone for another maximum. 6 runs for Cornwall. Another slower delivery, another change up. Cornwall is onto it this time. It was too full. Clears long off, over the rope, 6 runs. Cornwall 79 not out after 33 deliveries. Patel. Cornwall swings through this one again. And it's gone even further. Another maximum. There's nothing the bowlers can do. Well pitched delivery. And Cornwall put this one into the stands. The ball is finally retrieved. Manav Patel inspects the ball, looks for damages. 2 sixes in succession. Patel, 3rd delivery. And it's a better ball. Punch to point. No run. 112 for 1. Cornwall asking for another bat. He's hitting the ball so hard. I believe this is the 2nd time in his innings. He's going to have to get another bat. It'll be the 3rd he's going to use in his knock so far. But why not? He's 85 not out after only 35 deliveries. And his skipper, Aaron Jones, says, yep, you just keep changing the bats and keep hitting the 6s. Manav Patel to Rakeem Cornwall. Again, beautifully bowled. There's a half-hearted appeal. Just a change of pace. Good line, good length coming across the right-hander. So pity Patel just can't maintain that line and that length. 4 deliveries gone. Patel. And Cornwall just works this one through through square leg. Pick up the easy single. 113 for 1. Rakeem Cornwall had a quick fire 36 in 5 overs yesterday. Well, they have not been able to contain him, so he's now 86 not out after only 37 deliveries faced. His captain, Aaron Jones, US international, 18 not out from 14. This the 10th over of 20. Patel. Oh, well bowled. What a way to finish your spell. Manav Patel gets appreciation from his wicketkeeper after 10 overs, 113 for 1. So, taking a look at the bowling figures really quickly, as we have the opening bowler, who has the only wicket thus far, Sarawat, coming back in from the far ends and is down the leg side for a wide. Captain Nasir going back to his strike bowler, Sarawat, who has the lone wicket of Stephen Taylor. Got him for 6 in the third over. That seemed like decades ago. But he's coming back into the attack to try and get another wicket. Bowling to Cornwall. And Cornwall plays through this one. And is high in the air. Out of the ground. Another 6. Rakeem Cornwall, unforgiving. Just short. Cornwall coming across and just puts bat on ball over mid-wicket. You can see the fielders looking helplessly as they decide which one is going to jump the fence to get the ball. So Sarawat coming back into the action to try to get a wicket and break up this partnership is being beaten like a red-headed stepchild by Rakeem Cornwall. Here he is. Cornwall's full toss down the leg side and appeal. No chance. They get a leg by. It moves Cornwall off of the strike. Good news for Sarawat. Score now trickles to 121 for 1. Captain Jones, understandably more of an accumulator of runs, picks up the singles, get 2s where there's just 1s, gets 3s where there's just 2s, and then Cornwall on the other end just keeps on losing the ball. Sarawat. Jones comes down the wicket and tries to get a piece of Cornwall. It's a long single. $122 for 1. We're just past the halfway mark, 10.2 overs. If we continue at this pace, we're going to be somewhere in the 200s. Sarawat to Cornwall. A slower delivery, well bowled. It was enough to just get a single. Excellent change of pace by Sarawat. Sarawat to Jones. Another slow ball. Jones plays through the line. Beautiful cricket shot through extra cover. Nasir likes the change of pace, but Aaron Jones was onto it on a flash. The slower ball by Sarawat. Jones advancing down the wicket in between cover and long off. And it's 4 runs in any ground, in any format of the game. He goes to 23. Sarawat. Jones are down the ground again. Gets the ball on the full. Long on is there. Just 1.
My son is so soft-spoken. Oh, yeah. Everyone says he's so good-looking, and he never forgets to call.
Hi, Mom. Born for your true self. The 2022 Tundra. Toyota. Let's go places.
So another bat change. This time it may be Aaron Jones. Nope, it's Rakeem Cornwall looking for his 4th bat of the innings. I believe he changes a bat every 20 runs. He's now 93 not out. And that, my mistake, that was the end of the 11th over. 127 for 1. With a run rate of 11.72. We may be looking at a new record in minor league cricket. As long as Rakeem Cornwall continues to bat. 93 not out after 40 deliveries. So the young leg spinner Khan, who came on from the far end for his first over, unsuccessful as Cornwall dispatched him to the boundaries on more than one occasion, is now changing ends, coming from the commentary end. And he's going to bowl to Aaron Jones. Jones checking the field, a long on, a long off, deep cover, deep mid-wicket, and a deep square leg. And it's a full toss, and Jones gets a hold of this one. It's high in the air, and it's gone for the maximum. 6 runs to Aaron Jones. And no matter how many fielders you put on the boundary, if you're going to bowl a full toss, sorry, baseball players and watchers, in cricket terms, this is a lollipop. If that ball does not bounce in front of the batsman, it is nothing but food and drink. Jones now, after the 6, turns this ball down to fine leg. Fielder gives chase and it gets to the boundary. Second successive boundary. A 6 on the first delivery, a 4 on the second. 10 runs in 2 deliveries. Aaron Jones now moves to 34, 138 for 1. And the young Khan asking himself, why did I get out of my bed this morning? Making his minor league cricket debut. On his way to Jones. And this was well bowled by Khan. Best ball he's bowled so far in his spell. Completely deceiving Jones. Khan to Cornwall. 4th delivery of the 12th. It's well bowled by Khan. It's at the top edge. It's in the air. Long off is in. And he's out. Well taken. Young Khan makes the breakthrough, and it's the prize wicket of Rakeem Cornwall. Just 7 short of his century. Cornwall completely deceived by the flight. Enough turn to get the bottom edge. It hung up in the air, and a well-taken catch by the bowler Desai, number 99. So Cornwall departs 93 from 41 deliveries, 139 for 2, and a breath of life for Orlando Galaxy. But what a knock by this man. Has completely left his mark on the game. 93 from only 41 deliveries. A West Indian international. Round of applause by the fans. He departs Court Desai. Bowl Khan for 93, 139 for 2. So the new batter coming in is Said. And this one's gone in the air. Aaron Jones has gone after this one. Long off is under it. Just beats long off. Khan almost got 2 in a row. Another well-flighted delivery. Good arc. Just enough turn to get the edge. But it's enough bat on ball for Jones to get the 6. Down the ground he came, well bowled by Khan again, but it's just enough to get over the ropes. This side took a brilliant catch to catch Cornwall the ball before. Not enough real estate to get that wicket. Here's Khan now, bowling to Jones, and Jones is down the ground. Long on is there. Couldn't hold on to it. It was Manav Patel, the left-arm bowler. Got his hands to it. And that's going to be another 6. So 2 successive sixes from Jones. Both of them fielders long on and long off. Couldn't hold on to it. As a result, 2 sixes. Scores go to 151 for 2. Jones races on to 47. 3 short of his 50. 12 overs gone.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
So after a dramatic over by the young Khan, getting the scalp of Rakeem Cornwall for 93, fall of the second wicket, 151 for 2. We have Adams from the far end coming into bowl to the new batter, Saeed, and he whips this one through mid-wicket to get off the mark on his very first ball. So the off-spinner Adams, Dimitri Adams, his first delivery, good line, good length. He's bowling with a hat. And Jones, the captain, 47 not out, on his way to a 50. After 2 successive sixes on his last 2 deliveries. About to face Adams. And Adams, well bowled. It was an attempted sweep shot. Got again, not much bat onto it. Just enough to get a single for Jones. He goes to 48. But with Rakeem Cornwall gone, this man, Saeed, US international cricketer. Oh, it's a leading edge. Adams completely confuffled him. He gets a single. But well bowled by Adams. And Orlando Galaxy trying to creep back into this match. Zain Saeed, the new batter, replacing Cornwall, gets another single. Here's Adams to Jones. And this one is cut, bottom edge. No run. Both Jones and Saeed played important knocks for the Fire yesterday to ensure victory over the Lions. Here's Adams to Jones. Jones comes right across his stumps and pulls this one. And he's out. Right down mid-on's throat. And it's that man Khan who got the wicket of Cornwall, the youngster. What a last 5 minutes he's had. Got the wicket of Cornwall and now takes a beautiful catch to catch the captain, Aaron Jones, short of his half century. 154 for 3. Aaron Jones departs for 48 off of 25 deliveries. So Cornwall fell 7 short of his century. Jones now falls 2 short of his half century. Here's Adams bowling his short, flat off breaks. It turned and look at Khan, picked up the line and took a low catch coming in. Well taken by the young man. So Jones goes for 48. Caught Khan, bowl Adams. And in steps one of the heroes yesterday for Atlanta Fire, the wicketkeeper batsman, Jamar Hamilton. Jamar Hamilton, not as destructive as Cornwall, but fancies his chances in playing the ball in the air and scoring quickly. Had a brilliant dismissal on a run out yesterday from the wicketkeeper position. Had a fine knock as well. So he comes in a bit of form. Adams only giving up 3 singles so far in this over, plus a wicket. Getting some turn, not giving the ball any air, bowling flat off breaks. This one, he actually gives some air. It's the first ball, and he hits this one high in the air, and Nasir, the captain, couldn't hold on. Jamar Hamilton, completely being deceived rather by Adams. Adams can't believe it. But what an over by the off spinner. He put some air into this one for the first delivery. Hamilton trying to score quickly. Got the top edge. And Nasir, the captain, always going to be a tough catch. Put it down. 155 for 3 after 13.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले। हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
"13 overs gone, and we have the return of Matthew Kamiri, who had a nightmare first spell from the far end. Now he comes from the commentary end, trying to revive his spell. He's going to bowl to Zain Saeed at 155 for 3. Jones departed from a fine catch from Young Khan. Here's Kamiri, and that's well bowled. It's a googly. Coming back into the right-hander, and Saeed just nods it, just punches it to cover, gets one. Adams approves, and Saeed has left his bat behind. So Orlando Galaxy in the last 10 minutes have clawed their way back into this game, getting Rakeem Cornwall out for 93 and then Captain Jones for 48. Here's Kamiri. And it's well bowled again. Hamilton just squirts it down just to backward point, getting one. So the run rate is subsiding, 11.78 as Kamiri comes into Saeed. It's a flat delivery, and this time it's a leg break. Last 2 deliveries were googlies. This one just hit and straightened and completely beat Saeed. Kamiri, delivery number 4. This one is short this time, punch through cover. There's a man out there, just one. So the most experienced bowler, Matthew Kamiri, for this Orlando Galaxy team, has bowled 4 beautiful deliveries. And a bit of a recovery for the number 26. Hamilton, he's back. And the ball comes right up onto him. Yep. He does the googly action in his hand, Hamilton, realizing that Kamiri is favouring the googly rather than the leg break. And this one just hurries on to Hamilton. They pick up an easy single. But another well-bowled over by Kamiri. Only 4 off it. It is the end of 14. 159 for 3. So Adams returns after getting the wicket of Jones with a great first over of his spell from the far end. Bowling to the wicketkeeper batsman Hamilton. This one is short and is an appeal for LBW. With the off spinner, that ball always has a chance of going down the leg side. Umpire agrees with my philosophy. As Adams tries again. Excellent first over. And he comes well bowled and getting a lot of turn from that far end. He squirted back and excellent running between the wickets. They get 2. Hamilton just prodded that ball from mid-wicket to mid-wicket. And both himself and Saeed onto it like a flash and getting 2 when they should have been just 1. Adams, third delivery. Outside off stump. And look at the turn he's getting in that rough. When the bowlers, especially Patel, the left arm bowler, came over the wicket. There's a bit of rough there that Adams is hitting. Here's Adams again. This one is short. And look at the turn again. Opening the face of the bat. And they get 1. Zain Saeed, 4 not out, facing Adams. He comes down the wicket, pulls this one. There's a man at deep square leg. Just the 1 run. So nothing fancy about Adams. Just bowling a tight line and varying his length. Not much air in his deliveries. They're usually flat and getting some turn. Adams again to Hamilton. Does not like his run-up. Checks it and returns. Hamilton. Comes across his stumps. There's a huge appeal for LBW. Umpire thinking about it. Not out. This one pitched outside off stump. It spun a mile. Hamilton came right across his stumps to try to force the action and hit his thigh. From this angle, looks pretty good. May have hit him outside the line of off stump. He came that far across. There it is again. Did it hit him outside the line of off stump? That will be, he played a shot, and from the angle, the only thing I could think of may have hit him outside the line of off stump. Hence the reason the not out decision. So the end of another great over by Adams. No boundaries in it. 163 for 3 after 15. Orlando Galaxy making a bit of a return in the last 20 minutes. Matthew Kamiri bowling his 3rd over from the commentary end to Zain Saeed. Another beautifully flighted delivery, teasing. Any coach on any format of the game would have loved that delivery by Kamiri. Kamiri, Saeed. Again, just outside off stump. And I love making the analogy to the baseball listeners out there. Teasing on the outer part of the plate. My cricket listeners, please forgive me, but we have enough baseball listeners out there. Kamiri, short of a length. And Desai at long off comes in, took a great catch to dismiss Cornwall about 3 or 4 overs ago at long off. And Hamilton goes after it. It's a top edge and he's out. A wide delivery by Hamilton, trying to force the action. If he let it go, it would have been a wide. But he came right across his stumps and made the ball playable. The natural turn by Kamiri gets the leading edge. He makes the breakthrough. A valuable breakthrough. 164 for 4. Hamilton departs for 6. of 9 deliveries, and Orlando Galaxy is making a comeback. 3 quick wickets. They can come right across. It would have been a wide and an easy catch by Adams to get another wicket. 164 for 4. So with the departure of Hamilton, the wicketkeeper, in comes the opening bowler and all-rounder, Cornwall Dry. Had an excellent spell yesterday to put Fort Lauderdale Lions in an awkward position. And he's coming in because of the dismissal by the wicketkeeper batter, Hamilton, holding out to Adams by this man, Kamiri, who has come back in his second spell from the commentary end. 164 for 4. We're in the 16th over. Kamiri to the first ball to Dry. And Dry is forward defensively. No run. 1 ball left in the 16th over. Just 1 run and a wicket. Run rate down to 10 from 11. Kamiri to Dry. This one is short and Dry tries to just drive it off the back foot, but Kamiri feels it. And after 16 overs, it is 164 for 4. We'll be right back to Broward County Stadium for Toyota 2022 Minor League Cricket presented by Sunoco. And here's this man again, Adams. Dimitri Adams has a wicket so far and has bowled very tight from the far end. This one is short and pulled away and it's cleared the boundary for a maximum. Adams has been bowling short, flat off spinners. This one too short and Zain Saeed turned on it and smashed it over long on for 6. Whack. 6 runs to Saeed. His first boundary. Here's Adams. And this one is flighted. This one pushed long off and it's going to be 4 more. Pulled to over long on for 6 the ball before. And off the back foot. Punched it past long off for 4. And it's now 10 runs in 2 balls. And Adams, who's had a great spell from the far end, now has to scratch that cap of his. Saeed, 10 runs in the last 2 balls. He's gone to 16. Now he's made the adjustment. He's going to come around the wicket for a different angle to Saeed, if that can throw him off. And it pulled away by Saeed. And it's gone for another 6. Zain Saeed has come in and has now gone after Dimitri Adams. A 6, a 4, another 6. And he has gone after the off spinner. He hurries to 22. What a shot. Clears mid-wicket easily. 164 for 4. Adams. Well-flighted delivery and it's almost paid back onto his stumps. Saeed can't believe it. You can see the exasperated look. Well bowled by Adams. Coming right across the batter. Bit of flight, bit of turn. And almost got the wicket of Saeed. So Adams is going to stay around the wicket to corner dry, getting enough turn to use this angle. And the all-rounder dry inspects the field, long on, long off, deep mid wicket, and a deep backward square coming into dry, outside of stump, and dry flashes at it. No run. 15 runs so far in 5 deliveries. Adams decides to come back over the wicket and be a little bit more offensive rather than defensive to dry. Outside the off stump, and that's a wide delivery. Well left by dry. Picked up the line of the ball. And Adams is going to have to do it over again. +1 to the scoreboard. Adams to dry. Flighted this one, and dry is going after it. It's hanging in the air. Adams is under it. Takes the catch. Well, the wide delivery gave Adams to bowl it over again, and it's resulted in the wicket of dry. Dimitri Adams gets another breakthrough. Well flighted off spin. Changing the flight. Gave it enough air. It completely comfuffled dry. Shall I say, did it hang him out to dry? Got the top edge. And a safe catch by Adams. So dry goes cotton bowl Adams for 2. For naught rather. 164 for 5. And coming into the wicket is another all-rounder, Evroy Dyer. So we have a adjust. Is now completely settled from this commentary and is now spinning a web. Kamiri to Dyer. His first delivery gets back on the back foot through cover, just 1. So the single goes to 183 for 5 as Kamiri drops this one. And I'll try again. Zain Saeed, the last of the recognized batsmen. They are all-rounders, like Dyer in the wicket. But Saeed is specialist on the cusp and also on the US national team squad. As Kamiri is having a hard time gripping the ball. Bowling to Saeed. 183 for 5. And this one is coming on to the batsman again. No turn. And well fielded by that youngster Khan, who got the wicket of Cornwall and then took the catch to dismiss Captain Aaron Jones for 93 and 48 respectively. Kamiri to Dyer. This one is short. Dyer it is over point. Cover is coming around. They're going to get back for 2. And that 2 takes the score to 55 for 5. And this one's gone in the air. Dyer's gone after this one. And it's gone for 6. We're in trouble in the commentary booth. Dropping just short. My producer Roddy threw the computer down and hit the deck as that ball came right over the top. And Dyer's hit a 6. Kamiri giving this one too much flight. And Dyer gave it the maximum. Here's Kamiri again. And this one is short and completely beating Dyer. And that, my friends, completes the 18th over. It is 191 for 5 after 18.
My son is so soft-spoken. Everyone says he's so good-looking, and he never forgets to call.
Hi, Mom. Born for your true self. The 2022 Tundra. Toyota. Let's go places.
So, 2 overs remaining, 12 deliveries, and it's the opening bowler, Sarawat, coming back in from the far end. And this one is right into the pads of Saeed. Gets enough bat on it to get a single. Score goes to 194 for 5. There was an adjustment scoreboard of that 18th 193 with that single. 194 for 5. 11 deliveries. 11 balls remaining in this inning. Atlanta Fire are going to have to find some sort of fire to finish this innings in a flurry. Sarawat to Dyer. And Dyer, and it hits the pad, or is it a piece of the bat? Not sure. There's an attempted run out. They get the single. And by the looks of the umpire, he got some bat onto it for a single. 196 now for 5. 10 balls remaining. 4 in this over by Sarawat, who has a wicket. Bowling to Saeed. And Saeed comes across and gives this thing all that he has. And it's cleared mid-wicket. And it's 6 more. Zain Saeed, last of the record 9, has hit a maximum. Now brought up the 200 for Atlanta Fire. Score now goes to 202 for 5. Sarawat, still 3 balls remaining. And beautifully bowled right onto the toes. A Yorker dug out by Saeed. Gets a single. 203. Already a mammoth total for Orlando Galaxy to chase. Sarawat to Dyer. Oh, he's got this one on the full and he smashed it. But mid-wicket is out there. They get 1. That was a loud single. So, with 1 ball remaining in this over, Sarawat bowling to Saeed. That's full and Saeed's got a piece of it. Square leg comes across. They settle for 1. And by my calculations, it's now 204 for 5 with 1 over remaining. 6 deliveries left for the Atlanta Fire.
What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
To bowl. And it's indeed Manav Patel. Came from the Florida Beamers last season. His first 3 overs coming left arm over the wicket has been the tightest of all of the bowlers for Orlando Galaxy, and he's been trusted with the last 6 deliveries, 204 for 5, and already a mammoth total set by the Atlanta Fire, courtesy Rakeem Cornwall, 93, and their captain Aaron Jones, 48. But we have Zain Saeed, who means business, 33 from 18 deliveries. And with him, the all-rounder Dyer. But here's Manav Patel. And Saeed goes down on one leg. Did he get bat onto it? Waiting for the umpire's signal. Yes, he did. Single to Saeed. 205 now for 5. 5 deliveries remaining. Yes, Patel now. And he's gone after it and he's completely beaten. Manav Patel just adjusts his speed so easily. Yes, he's bowling medium pace, but just that medium pace to almost like a left orthodox, a spinner. Beautiful change. Patel to outside off stump and up. Inside edge. As we like to say in cricket, a French cut. Gives them another single. 206 for 5. 3 deliveries remaining in this inning. Saeed, 35 not out. Can he finish with boundaries? Patel, well bowled again, right up into the block hole. Get a single. Patel doing the business. Now, with 2 deliveries remaining, you can expect Dyer to try to open his shoulders up, open up his stance. You see the stance opening. There it is. And here's Patel. And he's got a hold of it. Oh, what a catch! Chaudhary with one of the catches of the season. What a catch to dismiss Dyer, who got all of it. Patel, another great delivery. Dyer gave it everything he could. And Chaudhary had to take 3 or 4 steps to his right and dive to hold on to this ball. This ball had some heat behind it, got all of it, and Chaudhary at mid-wicket, dive to his right, hold on to it, and one of the catches that you will see of this season dismisses Dyer, 207 for 6. What an effort. We saw one of the catches of the season just yesterday with Alfonso for Atlanta Fire, the bowler who you will see in a couple of minutes. But Chaudhary has matched that with a brilliant catch. Livery for the Atlanta Fire innings. The batters have crossed. Just taking a look at that catch again. Dyer did everything right. And Chaudhary just somehow. Patel to Saeed. Oh, and is that a wide? And it's not going to be a wide, and it's going to be a dot ball. Well bowled, Manav Patel. And the score ends at 207 for 6 from the Atlanta. Zain Saeed knots out on 36. But that's not after Rakeem Cornwall. Bit of destruction. 93 off of 41 deliveries. Aaron Jones, 48 off 26. Sarawat gets the wicket of Stephen Taylor for 6. Montgomery got a wicket, getting Jamar Hamilton for 6. Adams got the wicket of Cornwall Dry for 0. And Everoy Dyer dramatically caught at mid-wicket by Charlie off of Patel for 12. The score finishing 207 for 6. from Atlanta Fire. We will hear the bowling for Sherwatt, the opening bowler. 4 overs, 1 for 38. Little expensive. The pick of the bowlers, Manav Patel. 4 overs, 1 for 33. 8 runs and over. That was good under the circumstances. Matthew Comery coming back with his last 3 overs. 4 overs, 1 for 34. Completely tidied up his bowling figures. And that was it. 207 for 6. Atlanta setting a mammoth total for Orlando Galaxy. We'll be back with the change of innings in Broward County Stadium in Fort Lauderdale. Toyota 2022 Minor League Cricket Championship presented by Sunoco. My name is Ryan Davis. See you in a matter of minutes.
You're watching the Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship presented by Sunoco.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need one hand on the roof, one hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go Rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go rewards, when you fuel, you save because rewards come first.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले। हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
1, 2, 3.
You're watching the Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship, presented by Sunoco.
Welcome to Broward County in beautiful Fort Lauderdale, Florida. 2022 Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship presented by Sunoco. Atlanta Fire lost the toss, was put into bat by Orlando Galaxy. Atlanta Fire conjured up 207 runs, courtesy a quick fire Rakeem Cornwall 93, Captain Aaron Jones 48, and Zain Saeed 33 not out. Orlando Galaxy have 208 to win. And their openers have just walked into the wicket. We'll get confirmation of the opening batters. It is Mitul Patel for the very first one. He'll be opening the batting with, and we will confirm, Nasir, the captain. So Mitul Patel will receive first strike. He's the wicketkeeper. Did a great job behind the stumps for the Galaxy today. And Nasir, the captain, number 3, will be on the non-striker's end. Opening bowler, just like yesterday for the Atlanta Fire, Cornwall Dry had a fiery opening spell. Got the opening wicket and also put Omari Williams for Fort Lauderdale Lions out of commission with a bouncer. He's going to be bowling to Mitul Patel for the first delivery of this. Atlanta Fire 207. Orlando Galaxy leading 208. Rakeem Cornwall, West Indies international at first slip. He'll be bowling as well. 93 runs to really impact that 207 total. Fielding restrictions, for those who do not know, there's a power play. In the first 6 overs, only two fielders outside the circle. Right now we have a third man and a deep fine leg, a deep square leg, and here's Dry bowling to Patel. And this one is short and pulled away through mid-wicket, through square leg. Deep square leg comes across and there's just one. So, just like that, Patel off the mark, Orlando Galaxy off the mark. And now the captain himself, Nasir, takes guard as Cornwall Dry gets back to his mark. Here's Dry bowling the second delivery. And this one's outside off stump. Didn't rise as much as Nasir thought it would. But that is the line, that is the length that Cornwall Dry has to live by. Such an impressive bowling performance by this Atlanta Fire team against Fort Lauderdale Lions, holding them to only 127 runs. Undoubtedly the favorites for the Southern Division this year. Dry to Nasir. Short of a length, back and across, and Nasir down to deep square leg, just the 1 run. Keeper Hamilton had a great performance yesterday. Number 44 had a great batting performance yesterday. Didn't do as well today with the bat. Came in different circumstances for Atlanta Fire. There he is fixing his gloves. Mitul Patel. And he's backing across just over leg stump. Cornwall Dry can't believe it, and it's a wide being called. Have to feel hard felt for Dry. Looks like that one went over the top of leg stump. Here's that delivery again. Dry coming down the hill on the far end. Batter coming across the stumps. And I think I maintain my position. I think that was a hard call. Corner right. Well, it's a wide call nonetheless. 1 run to the total. Oh, it's a bouncer and Hamilton can't hold on to it. I think there was a bit of glove. Dry is not impressed. And they come back for 2. No signal from the umpire. Definitely some glove by Patel. Dry dropped this one short as a bounce up. Got across. And there was the glove. And Hamilton couldn't get a hold of it. He got a glove to it as well. And the batters come back for 2. So Patel goes to 3. Change of Cornwall comes out of slip. He's going to go to a short mid-wicket. Deep square leg, 3rd man. The only 2 men outside the fielding restrictions. Dry. This one's full and dug out by Patel. So the bouncer is followed up by a Yorker. Excellent bowling by Dry. And excellent batting as well. Corner Dry bowling the last ball of the first over. And it's punched down. He just opened the face of the bat by Patel. Gets another single. He moves on to 4. And at the end of the first over, it is 6 without loss.
My son, he's so soft-spoken. Everyone says he's so good-looking, and he never forgets to call.
Hi, Mom. Born for your true self. The 2022 Tundra. Toyota. Let's go places.
Back for the second over. Toyota 2022 Minor League Championship presented by Sunoco. Orlando Galaxy chasing the mammoth total of 208. They are 6 without loss after 1. Mitul Patel is going to face Aponzo, one of the pick of the bowlers yesterday. So Captain Dimitri Jones is going on the front foot in this power play. His 2 best bowlers in Dry and Aponzo. Aponzo, the left-arm orthodox bowler, coming over the wicket to the right-handed batsman. Sorry, around the wicket to the right-handed batsman. And there's a little scoop shot. Hits the pad. Appeal for LBW. And a shy at the stumps. They're going to get a leg by. Just a bit of a scoop shot by Mitul Patel. Trying to improvise on ball 1. Trying to get Aponzo off of his line. Aponzo right on middle off. Referee saying, sorry, umpire saying not out. Aponzo. This one is flighted in the air and driven in between mid-on and mid-wicket. And they're going to come back for a long single. Nasir Ahmed goes on to 2. Those of you who did not see yesterday's game fire against the Lions, Aponzo, this man, caught a blinder, a catch and bowl. But he was bowling from the far end. Today he's bowling in the power play from the end. Aponzo to Patel. Patel gives himself some room and lifts it over cover. Long off comes across. They're going to come back for 2. Will he get to the boundary? No, it doesn't. Patel gets 2 more. Score 10 without loss. Ponzo to Patel. This one's shorter and is whipped away in between mid-wicket and mid-on. And will it go to the boundary? Yes, it will. First boundary, the innings. Mitul Patel lifted this one, middle stump, or middle and leg rather, and whipped it through over mid-wicket. No chance to deep square leg. 4 runs. His first boundary takes it 14 for none. Patel 10 not out. And there is going to be an adjustment in the field. There's a long off. And the mid-wicket is now coming a little finer. The deep mid-wickets, rather. Sorry, a little squarer. There's going to be a change in the field. An emergency fielder, number 32, Gavaskar Channa, comes in, and he's going to be at none. And he's going after this. It's a top edge, but it's going to land safely just past Channa, the emergency fielder. First bit of action. They come back for 2. Looked like it was going to be a sweep. Didn't get all of it. Instead, it ended up over mid-on. They get a long 2 runs. So the objective is there. Patel trying to go across the line to Ponzo as heavily as he can on the onside. And Ponzo changes his mind. Gets back to and that's well. Balls up. Appeal for LBW and he's gone. I couldn't help it in the commentary booth. I appealed myself. Well bowled upon Ponzo. Half volley. Completely changed and varied his speed and length. That was plumb as you get. So just like that, Patel has gone for 12. He was just about to cut loose. He crossed the line to Ponzo and caught him plumb in front middle stump. Easy call for the umpire. Patel departs. LBW for 12. Ponzo. The score is 16 for.
What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
Nathaniel looks like a sturdy fellow. May want to move the score along in this power play. So the end of 2 overs, 16 for 1. Run rate not too bad at 8 runs. Cornwall Dry, the strike bowler for this Atlanta Fire team, coming down on the far end. Bowling to the captain, Nasir. The field is just a third man and a deep square leg. Nasir tries to turn it, and it's a wide delivery by Dry. 1 more to the total. Dry is going to have to bowl it over again. Corner dry. Bowling to here. And this one is on Midland leg. He opened the face of the bat right down to third man. Gets an easy single. So a chance for Dune Nathaniel to get his first delivery. Corner dry, for the most part, has been tidy. Has bowled too wide so far in this innings, both narrowly down the leg side. Dry to Nathaniel, and it's short of a length. Nathaniel gets back and calmly pushes it to mid-wicket, gets one. To appreciate the pace that Dry brings. So many times in T20 cricket, we see the medium pacers just trying to bowl a tight line and length. We see Corner Dry, from what we've seen yesterday and today, really bring that extra yard of pace. Tall fellow, roughly 6'3", roughly the height of Michael Holding, dare I say. And that's what beautifully bowled just outside off stump. No chance for Nathaniel. If a coach can take each of that line and that length and ingrain it into the bowler's mind, that's what he will want. 6 out of 6 deliveries. Here's the tall Dry coming into bowl to the captain Nasir. And this one is a short ball played by Nasir. Got in line. Ball not rising as much as Nasir thought, but the technique was there to compensate, to pick up an easy single. Opening the face of the bat. Now, has Nathaniel been sent in to try and take advantage of the power play? The first 6 overs, only 2 fielders outside the restrictive circle. Dry to Nathaniel. Oh, and a bouncer. Good bouncer by Dry. I wouldn't dare anyone, and Omari Williams from Fort Lauderdale Lions maybe agree with me. You wouldn't try to pull a hook. He really is getting the ball to come off the wicket quickly. Dry. Excellent short ball. Dry checks his run up. Into Nathaniel, who is 1 not out. Last ball of the 3rd over. And that's well bowled. The ball came back in a bit, got an inside edge. And will he get a boundary? Deep square leg comes across, and they come back for an easy 2. So at the end of 3 overs, it is 2 for 1. Orlando chasing the mammoth 208 for victory.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need 1 hand on the roof, 1 hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go Rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go Rewards, when you fuel, you save, because rewards come first.
So there's a change of bowling from the commentary end. Evroy Dyer, who opened the bowling with Dry yesterday, has been given the 2nd over off. He started bowling from this end against Fort Lauderdale Lions, and he's going to bowl the fourth over, bowling to Nasir, the captain. Great delivery, just short of a length, on or about middle stump, no run. Dyer struggled yesterday to find his line and length. Aaron Jones, the captain, today making an adjustment, having Aponzo, his left-arm orthodox bowler, to open the bowling. He got the wicket of Mitu Patel from this end in the second over. And immediately, Jones is going to save Aponzo's last 3 remaining overs and brings Dyer on. Oh, this one's flashed away. No appeal. Again, this wicket, the bounce just a little inconsistent. But if Dyer can continue to bowl at that length, and with the varied bounce on this pitch, I would say it's going to be a tall order for Orlando Galaxy to succeed. Dyer. Again, just short of a length. No run. Nasir not interested in the quick single. With the heavy set Nathaniel at the non-striker's end, it is his call. Once that ball goes behind the wicket for a single. Dyer. And Nasir turns this one. It was on leg stump. Let's see if he got any bat onto it. Nope, leg by. So far, Dyer's gotten 3 dot balls and a leg by. If you're Captain Aaron Jones, you'll probably want to run across there and give him a high five. So, can Dine Nathaniel cut loose? Another short ball. It's a top edge. It's gone high in the air. And he's out. Excellent ball by Dyer. It came on to Nathaniel quickly. The top edge. The ball hung up in the air. Mid-on came across. And an easy catch in the end by the number 2. It was Amila Aponzo who took that fantastic catch yesterday. His second catch of this. It came on quickly. Nathaniel trying to move the run rate along. Got the top edge. Dyer does the business. Second wicket falls. Orlando now 23 for 2. With Nathaniel leaving. Caught Aponzo, bowled Dyer. Stepping into the wicket, the off spinner. You'll remember him bowling with the cap from the far end. Dimitri Adams. Since the batters crossed. When the batters did not cross, rather, the umpires have made sure they've gone back respective marks, which means the left-handed Adams, who's come into bat, is going to have to face his first delivery. So Dyer, after getting the wicket of Nathaniel, so far a wicket and a run in his 5 deliveries. That's well bowled by Dyer again. Excellent first delivery. He is not adjusting from that line and length, just short of a length. So the end of a successful over, just one run and a wicket. After 4 overs, it is 23 for 2.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले। हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
Fifth over of this 20-over inning. Orlando Galaxy 23 for 2, chasing 207, need 208 to win. And Cornwall Dry is going to continue. Going to bowl his third over. The strike bowler for this Atlanta Fire outfit, Aaron Jones, has stayed on the front foot, especially since Dyer got the wicket on the last ball of that over. He's going to remain with his strike bowler there, Dry, on the top of your screen. Umpires getting together, sure what it's about. But Aaron Jones is deciding to keep his strike bowler on to bowl his third over. Keep the pressure on the captain for this Orlando Galaxy team, who is 4 not out. Just 2 overs left in the power play. Dry to Nasir. And it's well bowled, and not much Nasir can do about it. On, middle and off. And with the fall of the wickets in the last 2 overs, I'm sure Nasir is a little hesitant to play through the line of the ball to try and go over the top of long off and long on to score boundaries against the defensive approach by the captain. Here's Dry. And this one's outside off stump. It's an appeal and he's out. Beautifully bonnet Dry. The extra yard of pace just outside off stump. Caught the outside edge of Nasir, and the captain goes for 4. Orlando Galaxy now in a very uncomfortable position of 23 for 3. Anytime the big fellow can find that line just outside off stump or on off stump, it's going to be a nightmare for the batters. Here it is again. Perfect line, perfect length. Bit of lift. And an easy catch for Hamilton behind the stump. I take that back. This fellow is not 6'3". Has he about 6'5"? Let's say he's in the Courtney Walsh height arena. Just look at the lift and the move. Came back in off the seam, and it's the catch of Nasir. So 20, the new batter coming to the crease is Viswas Patel, coming in at number 5. Cornwall Dry is going to continue from the far end. And this one is driven. Didn't know much about it, young Patel. I bet there was some movement by Dry's delivery. Looks like it was a on drive that ended up in cover. Dry back to his mark to Patel. That's a short delivery. Excellent bouncer. The diminutive Patel couldn't do much about it. That's what a weapon, a tool that Dry had at his disposal, compared to the other bowlers. Quicker than a medium pacer, fast medium, on the line of fast, and with that height can bowl that bouncer and get a dot ball or a wicket. And this one is a slower ball, full. Trying to mix things up dry with the short ball. And then a fuller one on off stump. Patel calmly plays it to point. If you're Captain Aaron Jones, who's at cover, directing traffic, has to be impressed with his bowling and fielding so far. Tries another short ball, and that'll be the second and last one for the over. And Cornwall Dry finishes his third over, 23 for 3. It is a wicket maiden for the big man as Atlanta Fire continue to cruise.
1, 2, 3.
Welcome back to Broward County Stadium, Toyota's 2022 Minor League Cricket Championship presented by Sunoco. And yes, this is the West Indian international, Rakeem Cornwall, who had 93 runs in the first inning, is coming in from the commentary end to bowl his quick, fast and tidy off-spinners to the left-handed Adams. Adams backs it to cover a single. Rakeem Cornwall was the man of the match yesterday against the Fort Lauderdale Lions with that quick fire 36 and getting a wicket in his 4 overs. So this is the last over, the last 6 balls of the power play. There is a long on and a deep mid wicket as the only 2 players out on the boundary. Cornwall to Patel. Patel is beaten all ends up. He was neither forward nor back, Patel. Completely beaten. Cornwall to Patel. And Patel flashed outside off stump. No turn. That's 2 dot balls and a single. Cornwall back to his mark. Bowls. Patel is back and pass, but there's a very, very short backward square leg there. No run. Last 2 deliveries of the power play. Patel is outside off stump. No contact as yet. Really struggling, the number 5 batsman. As Cornwall is 1 delivery away from a 1-run over. Up and the appeal for LB, not out. It was the arm ball. It did not turn. And let's take a look at that again. It pitched in line, and as the ball hit and straightened off of the seam, it was the arm ball. It may have hit stump. Not out the call, and that's the end of the power play. 24 for 3, Orlando Galaxy.
He's so soft-spoken. Everyone says he's so good-looking, and he never forgets to call.
Hi, Mom. Born for your true self. The 2022 Tundra. Toyota. Let's go places.
So at the end of the power play, Orlando Galaxy in a bit of a hole here. 24 for 3, chasing 207, 208 for victory. Everroy Dyer is going to continue, but this time coming from the far end. Had an excellent first over from the commentary end. Got the wicket with a leading edge to long on. I believe it was Patel. But here's Dyer bowling to the left-handed Adams. Adams is backing across. It's another top edge. Another short delivery gets a wicket. Corner dry takes the catch. And Dimitri Adams departs for one. Everroy Dyer is bowling some excellent short pitch deliveries. Dimitri Adams trying to pull it through mid wicket. Got the leading edge and corner dry, a comfortable. Here it is again. Dyer bowling a consistent, just short of a length delivery. This one was a lot shorter than Adams anticipated. Got the top edge. He knew the result. 4 wickets down for 23, for 24. Fire continue to cruise. New batter coming in. It'll be none other than Larry Charlery. Will be very easy to recognize with those dreadlocks. But he'll be more recognized after this weekend, after that magnificent catch in the boundary. So Charlery takes his gun ready to face Dyer, who has 2 wickets in very similar fashion. The batter's trying to pull the ball over mid-wicket, getting leading edges and getting caught at mid-on or mid-wicket. Charlery facing Dyer. Another short ball and Charlery pulls it. Now that the power play is over, there's a square fine leg and a deep square leg to protect the short ball. So a deep fine leg, deep square leg. Charlery is off the mark. There's a third man. And that seems to be 3 players outside of the circle. Tell faces Dyer. Another short ball, but Dyer being so diminutive will not mean that it will be a short ball. So you have 2 short balls to bowl every over the batter's shoulder. That will not constitute as 1. Dyer to Patel. Another short delivery. This one outside off stump. Patel is asking the question to the umpire. Another dot ball. So a wicket, a run, 2 dot balls. Everroy Dyer is leaving his mark on this game. And this one is full and beautifully struck through point. Lovely square drive by Patel. He's off the mark. with a beautiful cricket shot. His first boundary. Pitched up by Dyer and opening the face of the bat. A fantastic square drive. The score goes to 29 for 4. Patel's last delivery of the 7th over, and it's short. Patel swings at it. Another dot ball. And that will be the end of 7 overs, 29 for 4. So one strike bowler, Cornwall dry, comes off the attack. In comes the other one, Aponzo, the left-arm orthodox spinner, bowling to Challery. And it's a delivery. He adjusts his speed so well, Aponzo. Usually bowls flat left-arm orthodox deliveries. This one with a lovely arc outside off stump in a gallery. This one is flat and outside leg stump this time. And the umpire does not hesitate. A wide delivery. Aponzo is going to have to do that one over again. 1 run to the scoreboard. This one's flighted like a pad. Bowl him. Aponzo adjusting the flight and completely confuffled Challery. Aponzo does the business again. A land to 30 for 5 as the left arm spinner continues to create a web. Here's he adjusting the flight of the ball again. Complete Challery. For a second I thought it hit his pad, but the stumps have been rattled. Challery was bowled Aponzo for 1, 2 for 5. So Aponzo continues from the commentary end. His third delivery, confusing Challery to bowl him down for 1. In steps the new. We're going to get confirmation in a bit. Here's Aponzo. Another flighted delivery on the leg side. Turns it away. Gets 1. It's going to be the number 99. Hardik Desai took a great catch to dismiss Cornwall for 93. Aponzo Patel. Again, lovely arcing delivery on the off, just outside off stump. They just get 1. Oh, this one, no turn. Despite the flight, the ball continued along its path and completely beat Desai. Aponzo is really tossing it up now. Lovely arc, lovely flight. The end of his over, the end of a wicket in it. It is 32 for 5 in Broward County Stadium, Fort Lauderdale.
My son, he's so soft-spoken. Oh, yeah. Everyone says he's so good-looking, and he never forgets to call.
Hi, Mom. Born for your true self. The 2022 Tundra. Toyota. Let's go places.
So a change of bowling from the far end. Number 14. It'll be Atindra Subramanian coming into bowl. Outside off stump. Good line, good length. No chance for Patel to score off of it. He had a beautiful square drive, Patel, to score boundary off of Dyer. And looks like Captain Aaron Jones is saving Cornwall dry and Dyer for later on in the innings. As Atindra goes back to his mark. Manian bowling to Patel. And again, perfect line, perfect length. Nothing much the batter can do with that. Had an excellent spell yesterday against the Fort Lauderdale Lions. Just seemed to be that consistent, nagging bowler who refuses to move off of his line and length. And Patel just dabs the bat out. Doesn't get much on it. There's a third man there. Get one. Atlanta Fire 10-3 last season. The favourites again in the Southern Division, showing that with their dominance over the Fort Lauderdale Lions yesterday. And again, complete destruction here against the Orlando Galaxy. Chance for Hardik Desai to face his first delivery from Atindra. And he's across, punches it, but that line and length again, it's going to prove to be very hard to score off of. Anybody watching from home or streaming online? 89 degrees with a high of 91 today in Broward. It is warm. Atindra to Patel. Oh, and he tried to play across the line. It just passed the off stump. It beat Hamilton. And they will pick up a bye for their worries. Another run to the total. At this point, it's all about survival for Orlando Galaxy. Atindra keeping that tight line and length. And Patel trying to keep that scoreboard ticking along. It kept a fraction low. Subramanian. Beautiful delivery. And that is the end of the over after 9 overs. 34 for 5. Aponzo will continue from the commentary. Bowling to the all-rounder, Desai. Again, he's been using a lot of flight and arc coming from this end, coming from the far end, where it's more of a downhill scenario. He was flatter. Coming up the hill, you can see the arc. There it is. And he's gone across the line and well struck. It's a maximum. Huge 6 for Desai. He picks up the line, he picks up the length, and gave it the works. It was not a bad delivery by Aponzo, but going across the line, brave shot by Desai, and it paid off. Oh, by Aponzo refusing to come flat and down the leg side. I believe Desai thought Aponzo would try to hide that delivery, but came right back at him again with a well-flighted on Midland leg. Aponzo across the line again. Dry out there. Pick up 1. 41 for 5. Change of field. Hamilton and Jones, captain and wicketkeeper, having a discussion as the players move from fine positions to a cover point and an extra cover. And a short delivery, and it squirts still. The bounce is varying, and so too is Aponzo. Oh, this time he arcs it in the air, and excellent cover drive by Patel. But with protection, only gets a single. So at the end of 10 overs, it is 42 for 5. So, from the far end, Subramanian bowling to Patel, to Desai, to Patel rather. Eventually I will get it right, but it beats the outside edge of the bats, and Patel. There's a fantastic, that my producer just once said, boy, ball free that man bat. Can't seem to find the outside edge, as my director Roddy will quite rightly say. Subramanian to put this one's a little bit shorter. It's in the air and it's going to drop just short, and it's a shy at the stumps. So Patel survives the catch at mid-off as it drops short, and then he survives the shy at the stumps. Here it is. He goes across the line. Mid-off comes in. It drops short, and then he survives the run out. I believe Patel play lottery tonight. The pesky Subramanian to Patel, who has shown he can hit a 6 or 2. Off stump, change of pace. They're going to get just the 1. So 2 singles in succession. The run rate a measly 4.19. Oh, and Patel tries to pull it away. Gets him on the waist, just above the thigh pad. For his sake, I hope it hits the thigh pad. Or else that's going to leave a mark in the... We've seen from this very end, Cornwall Dry opening the bowling yesterday against the Fort Lauderdale Lions, hitting the opener and captain Omari Williams. So there is some life in this pitch and the bounce is varying. As Subramanian comes in. This one is full and driven over cover and it's gone. Is it for 6? It is. Patel gets his second boundary. Subramanian somehow comes off of his line, pitches it up, and Patel gave it the works. Put the bat right through it, over the boundary ropes, and it's maximum for Patel. And this one is short now. Beats the outside edge. Dot ball. And that is the end of the over. 8 runs off it. 50 for 5 after 11. So on day 1 at Broward County Stadium, 2 matches slated. 1 played, Atlanta Fire beat the Lions, and then Morrisville Raptors from North Carolina. They were scheduled to play Orlando Galaxy in the 2:30 game, and that got rained out. Torrential downpour here yesterday in the evening time. But today, sunny skies, 90 degrees, and the left-arm orthodox Ponzo bowls to this side. No run. 10 weeks of minor league in USA season. This incredible country playing its cricket season. Oh, a well-flighted ball by Ponzo, but well read. It's high in the air. Dry is after it. It's going to bounce within. Dry gets a hand to it. Keeps it within the ropes, no boundary. They ask the umpire. Top class fielding by Cornwall. He is quite the cricketer. So it will be the longest single you will ever see. Cornwall Dry comes across, saves the boundary. The batters do not come back for 2. Just 1 run. And he's driven this one through cover. Seems so adept at the cover drive, Patel. You can see the ball played across the line. Here comes Cornwall Dry. He's on the move. The ball holds up right there. Gets his left hand across. And well covered in the end. This one is a flat delivery, but one nonetheless. Excellent single. So after 3 consecutive singles, Patel is going to face Ponzo. Fielding change. A deep mid wicket. A long on. And here comes Ponzo. And across the line. Well played by Patel. Hamilton is out there. They're thinking of 2. And it may be a shy at the stumps here. Patel is out of his stumps and he dropped it. Patel looking for 2. He was halfway down the wicket. Excellent throw by Hamilton, who did this exact play yesterday against the Lions, resulting in a run out. Accurate throw right down Alfonso's throat. He misses it, misses the stumping. Patel survives. They get a run. Here comes Alfonso. And it's turned away and it's going to beat the short mid wicket. There's a long on there. They pick up the single, and that's the end. 55 after 12.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
After 12 overs, 55 for 5, Atlanta Fire in well in control of this match. Put up a score of 207. And the Galaxy struggling as Subramanian operates from the pulling to Desai, and he pulls this one. Beautiful pull shot for 4. Delivery by Subramanian, and Desai did the works. Just short of a length, he rocked back on the back foot and smashed it past mid-wicket. Four runs to the total, 59 for 5. And this is a square drive, beats point. Third man is there, just one. Orlando Galaxy, the additions this year, we had Dimitri Adams, the off spinner and batter, and Manav Patel, the left arm medium pacer, coming into their team this year with a number of departures, which we'll get to. Subramanian just nibbling off stump. The departures for Orlando Galaxy: Christian Herrera, Dutchman, Amal Nathaniel, Kemar Jarrett, and Abdullah. So a number of departures for this Galaxy team. New players, new ideas, new season. Looks like Patel adjusting his guard. He may be coming across his stumps to try and score on the onside. And he flashes it again. The bat nowhere near the feet. As my father, Charles Allen Davis, would say what you call an outshot. Subramanian. Outside off stump again, and is that a wide? It's not. Patel effort to get across to it. And this one is, he's got edge and it drops safely in between cover and that long off region. They get a single. Subramanian is frustrated. Another good delivery by him on off stump. Patel playing across the line, leading edge. So that takes us to the end of 13, 61 for 5.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस, इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट में क्या खूब खिले।
हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
Welcome back to Broward County Stadium. Toyota 2022 Minor League Cricket Championship by Sunoco. Change of bowling from the commentary end. Rishi Pandey, a U19 player, bowled his spin to Patel, 17 not out, who struggled though at the crease. And a quick hurried action by Pandey. No run. Pandey has some protection. Long on, long off. Deep cover. Deep wicket, deep square leg. This one is short. Away. They're going to come back for 2. What a stage for U19 players. One of the regulations in having a team in this minor league cricket, you have to have U19 players starting in your 11. And here's one of them, Rishi Pandey. Getting a lot of turn. Has a nice arc. You can see him wrap that wrist on that ball to excrete that turn. Here's Pandey again. Ooh, and that one's wicket. To bowl his 5th delivery. That's tossed up in the air. Pandey's and Patel has got a piece of it. The fielder's coming in. Can't get to it, did he? He didn't hit the ground first. Honesty is the best policy. Well done by the fielder. It's Chana. He came in off of the deep square leg boundary. It was a toss by Pandey. Patel didn't get all of it. Chana came and it dropped just short of him. They get a long single with Desai, the more powerful of the two batters facing. And that one scooted off the wicket again. There's an appeal for caught behind. Umpire didn't hear it. Hamilton can't believe it. Here's that ball again. Ball scooted off the wicket. You can still see the turn. And was there an edge? You can see immediately Hamilton goes down quickly to retrieve it. But the benefit of the doubt goes to the batsman. Not out. Score remains 64 after 14. Fifteenth over, Subramanian bowling the last 4. Oh, and he's in pads and appeal for LBW and he's gone. The ball never really got up to waist height like Patel envisioned. It struck him on the pad and Subramanian the breakthrough. Patel goes LBW for 20. Orlando Galaxy stare down the bottom of a barrel. 64 for 6. Here it is again. Ball comes in off the seam. And with off stump exposed, it was always a question. The umpire was enough to catch leg stump. So, Patel goes LBW. Subramanian, new batter coming in. Number 27, the opening bowler, Sumit Sirwat. Sirwat got a wicket in his spell in the bowling for the Galaxy. Was very tidy. Subramanian coming in. And he goes after this one immediately. Got more of the inside part of the bat rather than the middle. Gets a long single. $65 for 6. Desai, possibly the last of the recognized batsmen. Outside off stump, and he punches it through mid-off, or cover rather. There was a shot at the stumps. So the opening bowler, Sherwath, gets to face his second delivery. And he pulls this one as high in the air. Their fielders under it. Oh, and it drops safe. Subramanian, the bowler, screamed in the air. But I can tell you, he needs to allow his fielders to do the job. It's skied in the air. There was a mid-off. There was it and between the bowler and mid-off. And Sherwath survives. Oh, piece of this is high in the air and it's gone. 6 runs. For Sherwath. The opening bowler doing what bowlers are reputable for. A slower delivery. He picked it up and he dispatched it over long on. to get the maximum. Oh, and this one is smashed the mid off. No runs. So Sherwood coming with one thing on his mind: to score runs and to score them quickly. 72 for 6. 5 overs remaining.
1, 2, 3.
So Pandey rather, from the commentary end. The U19 bowler, bowling his second over, and this one is played through mid-wicket. But there is a deep mid-wicket out there, and it's corner dry. They get that long single. It's a well-flighted delivery. I picked it up. But Pandey, well protected by his captain. A long on, off, cover, mid wicket, and a deep backward square. And this one is tossed up in the air. Bit of turn. Gets the edge. Will they get two? No, they don't. Well, Pandey, he's short in stature, is not apologizing in using as much flight as he could for a leg spin. Here he comes. There it is, well flighted again. No run. So after 2 singles, he gets his dot ball. Let's see if Desai goes after him again. This one is shorter and he cuts it away. Cover is there, just one. Pandey to Sarawat. Sarawat goes after it. And the tail ender is not apologizing either. He's like, if I apologize for the flight of the ball, I'm not going to apologize for swinging for the hills. He comes again and he goes after it. This one is high in the air. And it's going to end up somewhere just past I-95. Huge by Sir. It was pitched up in the air and he got all of it. And it just went up and up and up. That went for 6. If it was a bigger ground, it would have gone for 8. So the end of 16 overs, 81 for 6. Beginning of the 17th over, from the far end, 81 for 6. Everroy Dyer has 2 wickets under his belt. And it's a short ball, and he's gotten both of those wickets from those exact same deliveries, and that one up the mid wicket by Aaron Jones, the captain. Dyer's short pitch deliveries are coming onto the batter so quickly and just went over the top of Jones. They get the single as Desai faces Dyer. Shortish again with ace. Dyer, Desai. Again, a short pitch delivery, and that is a wide delivery. His short bowling it off, but that one was too short and too wide. Here's Dyer. Oh, and that one comes back in off the seam. But well played by Desai. There's Dyer coming into bowl to Desai. And Desai turns this one around. It was just on about leg stump, middle leg. We just flicked it off his pads, picked up that long single. Dyer, Sherwatt. Backs away from his stumps, and he gets it's over the slip cord, which there is none of, by the way, and he beats the third man for 4 runs. Sherwatt pulled away from his stump, gave him room. There's no slip, no fly slip. There is a third man, but enough pace on it to get 4. Score goes to 89 for 6. Last ball of the 17th over. Atlanta Fire in control. And he follows Sarawak this time. And that gets him a dot ball. 8 runs in the over. 89 for 6. 3 overs remaining.
1, 2, 3.
Well, I guess when you're so in control, like the Atlanta Fire are, and you are the captain, you can decide, you know what, fellas? I'm going to have a dig. Gets the ball, sets his field. He has a long on, a long off, deep cover, deep backward square, deep mid wicket. And Aaron Jones is going to Desai. Move some legs break, and he's got all of it. High in the air, fielders coming across, and Chandler again. The ball is following him. And they come back for, I believe, Chana, who had that opportunity that dropped short overs ago, has another one again. Had to make a long way around, long on. So just check that. They got one run rather than... So Sherwatt, who is not going to mix around with Aaron Jones bowling to him. Hamilton is adjusting his offside field. And Sherwatt has gone off them through long on. Picks up single. Here's Jones. Desai, and it's well bowled by Jones. It was flat. No chance for Desai, and they're going to get two here. No, they don't. They changed their minds. So that was well bowled by Jones. Didn't give it much arc at all. It was flat. Here's Jones. That's a well bowled delivery, and it's gone in the air. It's going to drop short. Cornwall dry at deep mid wicket. (93 for 6). As they've only sing off the first four deliveries. Here's Jones, and this time he's got all of it. One bounce into the fence. Desai, the last of the recognized batsman, picks this outside off. Let's take a look. And smashes it through mid-wicket. One bounce for 4. Jones, Desai. And he's gone after it again. Cornwall out there, just the one. 9 runs in the over, 98 for 6 after 18.
My son, he's so soft-spoken. Oh, yeah. Everyone says he's so good-looking, and he never forgets to call.
Hi, Mom. Born for your true self. The 2022 Tundra. Toyota. Let's go places.
My apologies. You had to make a quick change on the microphone. That's Cornwall Dry, the strike bowler for this Atlanta Fire team. Comes in to finish off his spell. One of the best players we've seen so far in the last 2 days of cricket, bowler Dry. Coming into bowl to Sherwatt. Opening bowler against opening bowler, and Cornwall Dry cannot have any issues with that wide delivery. Here it is again. If it was any wider, you can put in between the stumps and that delivery. Cornwall dry, bowling the 19th over. 11 deliveries remaining in this inning. Dry, Sarawat pulls, gets the single. In case you're wondering how many more runs, 107 runs to win, 106 tie. We're just with 10 deliveries remaining. So we have to add 10 runs a hit, which is impossible since the maximum you can get is 6. Corner dry to Desai, and this one is full, well bowled. As Desai comes across his stumps. So don't go anywhere. The second game of our doubleheader starts at 2:30. Home team Fort Lions. They will host Morrisville Raptors from North Carolina. The Raptors taking over from Morrisville Cardinals season. Just going to get the long one. Little scoop shot by the opening bowler, Sarawat, who's proving to be very, very handy with the bat. He's 22 not out, as they say, 32. Oh, it's a short dry and Wade. Excellently played by Desai. Still managed to get bat on ball. It was a good bouncer at his body. So, with 5 singles thus far and 1 wide, we have 6 runs in the. If you're these batsmen, you just get whatever momentum you can into next week's game by just trying to play yourself into form. Dry, Sarawat pulls away, and he's just beaten him. Sarawat tried to give himself room to score runs, and the slow ball completely deceived him. And that's the end of the 19th over. Is that slow ball again, completely deceiving Sarawat. 19 overs gone, balls remaining. Atlanta just cruising to the finish line. 104 for 6.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
So the last 6 deliveries of this Atlanta Fire Orlando Galaxy game, it's a formality. Dyer bowling the last 6 deliveries as Atlanta Fire have just the total. They scored 207 in their 20 overs, and this being the 20th. Orlando Galaxy 4 for 6. Rakeem Cornwall, man of the match yesterday versus Fort Lauderdale Lions, scoring 36 in the first 5 overs and getting away. Scored 93 runs. And this one is caught the inside part of the bat. It was pulled away. So another thoroughly dominant performance by the Atlanta team. won the Southern Division a year ago, lost in the first round of the playoffs, taking care of the Fort Lauderdale Lions and now the Orlando Galaxy. Dyer. And this one's hit overhead. Hard, it's going to be one bounce. Past the ropes, 4 runs. So the opening bowler for the Orlando Galaxy has been in an adventurous mood, pulling away from his stumps again, giving himself room and really putting bat on ball. Dyer to bowl the 4th ball. And it's a short one. A bit of response by Dyer, who did not like to be on the ground. Shorter delivery. But they get the single. Just to remind everyone, Fort Lauderdale Lions playing Morris at 2:30 right here on YouTube. Or whatever link you take to catch Minor League Cricket 2022. Atlanta Fire going to go 2-0, and Orlando Galaxy, after having their game arranged today, are going to go 0-1 as the second to last delivery of this match. Is Dyer across the stumps, and this one is going to go for 4. Over the gully region. There is no gully, but it was over the gully region, and it's 4 runs. Here's Dyer pitching this one outside off stump, and the opening of the blade has earned Desai 4 more. Last delivery of this Atlanta Fire Orlando Galaxy. Dyer. And it's slugged to long on. They're going to get 1. So at the end of 20 overs, Orlando Galaxy can muster 115 for 6. Orlando Fire winning by just over 20 runs. As we take a look at the scoreboard, Matut Patel, LBW Aponzo for 12. Nasir Ahmed caught Hamilton, bowl drive for 4. Nathaniel was out by Dyer for 3. Then striking, getting Adams cheaply for 1. Subramanian gets LBW Patel for 20. Challery was bowled by Aponzo for 1. And these two have brought up respectability to the total. Desai, 39 not out for 30. And Sumat, not out 27 after 15. Bowling figure dry. The pick of the bowlers. 4 overs, 1 for 18. Aponzo, the left arm spinner, again effective. 2 for 25. Dyer was excellent. 2 for 24. And Subramanian, 1 for 23 from his 4 overs. So a thoroughly impressive and dominant performance by Atlanta Fire in the opening games of this Toyota 2022 Minor League Cricket Championship, sponsored by Sunico. And Raheem Cornwall takes away the man of the match honours, scoring that 93 runs to create that mammoth total of 207. My name is Ryan. Thank you for joining us in our first game of our doubleheader. Stay tuned for the Fort Lauderdale Lions against Morville Raptors. Whack. Thank you.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need one hand on the roof, one hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go rewards, when you fuel, you save because rewards come first.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट में क्या खूब खिले। हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
You're watching the Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship, presented by Sunoco.